Good morning, and welcome to another fantastic edition of Coffee with Knight. Got a nice big cup of coffee here. Guys, big things are happening. So, how you doing? Today's a fantastic day. I got a whole 5 hours of sleep last night. No, 4 hours of sleep. And I am fresh as a daisy. Let me get the little doobly-doo here going on. Let me pop out the chat and get that going around. Pop out chat. Good morning. Good morning, Alan. How are we doing today, buddy? Alright, so that's that. Go back over to OBS. Chat. Properties. Paste. Okay. So, updates. I didn't see you guys last week. Chat's not updating over there. That's interesting. Properties. Well, let me recopy this, I guess. Copy. You are about to go to the flea market. All right, now it's working. All right, so let's pop over to the chat head and we'll go from there. So you're on the way to the flea market. Cool. Anything you're going to be looking for in specificity, or just just to see the morning and spend some time on the morning? So, like I said, Coffee with Knight. I haven't had coffee here with you guys for a while. I've been having tea, but today I'm having a cup of Cafe Bistro. Taya turned me onto this, and it is darker and bolder than most of the coffees I've had, and I think there's a lot more caffeine in it. Yeah. So, updates. Update time. I currently have 4 projects. Not sure what you're asking about, buddy. So I have 4 projects in the shop right now. What? I have 4 projects in the shop currently. Buddy. Please let me finish the sentence. Okay, we are going to drop the volume of the blue ball. So I hope you can still hear me. I'll just have to speak a wee bit louder than normal. But this should eliminate some of the interesting noises Connor's trying to tell me about something, whatever. Anyways, so there are 4 projects in the shop currently, and the one I'm actually delivering today. It is a king-size 4-poster bed. If you're part of the Knightsmith group on Facebook, you will have seen I posted some pictures yesterday on that. Did you share your coffee with Connor this morning? No. But he is very animated, isn't he? So I have 4 projects in the shop currently. The one I am delivering today. And then I have a giant Jenga set, which I made for... I made 2 of those a couple of years ago. One for the Artist Collective just to have for game nights or whatever, and then another one for a benefit, which ended up getting sold. I'm building this one, a giant Connect 4, which is like 24 inches by 15 inches, and I'm gonna put it on a stand so it can be out in the yard. So probably keep it like 30 inches off the ground or whatever, or 36 inches off the ground. So I have that, and then I have a cornhole set. King size bed is being delivered today, which is so happy because that thing is enormous, and I've had so many ridiculous setbacks almost exclusively due to the weather. So not happy about. Oh, thank you for the apple. Here, Connor. He wanted a popsicle stick. You realize there's no more popsicle on that, right? Okay, we're going to bring this volume back up so I can talk like I normally do. So I have those four projects in the shop, but yeah, with this bed, it's so large that I can't finish it inside the shop. So I have to do all the finishing and stuff, you know, in the driveway, which is fine if Mother Nature would cooperate with me. But for the last couple weeks, it seems like every single time I've been down at the down at the shop, I've been sorry, I'm coordinating with my my helper. You know, I've been going down to the shop, you know, 3-4 times a week trying to get this thing finished, because really all it is take it out, spray it for 10 minutes, let it sit for a half hour, put it away, sand it, spray it, put it away. You know, a couple coats of black and then a couple coats of lacquer. But every time I've gone down there, it's just rained. It seems like you know, it says it's not going to rain till 8 o'clock. All right, that's enough for me to go down there, do one coat, put it away, work on some other stuff, and as soon as I get down there, it just pours. So yesterday it was nice all day. I was able to, you know, finish it, do a final fit up, and that's where the pictures on Facebook came from yesterday. And thankfully, I'm able to get it out of my shop because it takes up the whole. You know, it's one of those projects that takes up the whole shop. So while that's there, I'm kind of stuck in limbo. Can't do anything else. So that's unfortunate, but it's gonna be gone this morning, and thank God. Morning, Joe. How we doing? Hanging loose, buddy? So those are the 4 jobs I have in the shop right now. The other 3 are for the same client, and it's for a baby shower. So once I get those finished, I'll post pictures of those. But the client is actually having them painted by somebody else. So all I have to do is fabricate them, sand them, and ship them out, which is awesome. Because sometimes, you know, it's the staining that takes a while or whatever else. Are you using that as a fork to eat your blueberries? Yeah. Just, you know, looking at the camera, I see him. You're not this good with a regular fork. He's like bisecting his, you know, blueberries over here, getting them on the side and poking it in the meat. Whatever. If it keeps him happy, keeps him quiet, I'm happy. So I met with another guy who the artist collective that I rent off of, we bought the church off of. And guys, I don't want to get too early, too optimistic, but I think I have my next big long-term client lined up. He basically wants to unload just a ton of old church pews, like that are between 60 and like 150 years old. They're already cut into slabs and stuff, or they're already cut down, so I'd only have to like plane them, and it's all this like immaculate hardwood, you know, alder. I think there's some boxwood, maple, oak, and he just wants to get rid of it. So that's the first great thing about this guy. The second is he wants me to do some survey work on his property. So that's not work for Knightsmith, but it's work for the company that I work for, the engineering company. Which is great. And then there is, you know, he wants me to remodel a place down in St. Clair for him, which it's a bit of a hike. Uh-oh. Want back? Which is a bit of a hike, but doable. You know, if I work 1 or 2 days a week, you know, with him. But the guy is really cool. He wants to you know, move some walls and he wants me to build some bookcases and modify a few staircases. So not super crazy work, but enough that it'll take some time. With the, you know, it's another church that he wants to turn into apartments. He owns like 50 churches or something. He's 70 something, and he wants to get out of that game, and he just wants to start, you know, unloading some of this stuff and selling off some properties and converting a couple into apartments and stuff, so he can just live nice and easy for the rest of his life. But this guy is a beast of a man. Like, I have a pretty strong grip, and shaking this guy's hand yesterday it was like hydraulic press. It's incredible. But you know, that's where we are on that. So super awesome things are on the horizon, like really soon. And then there is a craft fair coming up next year that actually reached out to me. And with the way things are going on my end of things, that's going to be like perfect timing. I'm not going to give you too much information because I don't have all the details right now. But it's going to be a not entirely a craft fair, but a multicultural event showcasing Northeast PA. So there's going to be, you know, artists, musicians, crafters, builders. They want you know, Reiki people, and you know, probably a couple, you know, maybe a church or two or something up there talking, just to show all the different cultures and traditions and everything that we have in the valley. Which, you know, it's easy to be cynical and take a laugh at it, but once you really start digging into this area, there is a lot of history and a lot of very interesting things about this area. You know, there's blacksmiths in this area. I know 2 or 3. There's a huge tradition of welding, you know, pipe fitting and trades. Very, you know, dirt under the fingernails type thing, which is great. And then on top of all that, after that, there's all the different spiritual things that people do in this area. There's witches, Wiccans, Catholics, Protestants, Baptists, and every flavor in between. There's Jews and Muslims. So just on the whole faith side of things, there's really a big gambit up in this area. It's not as monocultural as people like to believe in. It's getting better and more diverse every day, and personally I think that makes it more interesting. There's also just a ton of different music and stuff up here, so there's actually a few people I need to reach out to over this next week or two, because he wants to do this sometime next year, down in Kingston area, somewhere. But if it's a success down there, he wants to do one in Kingston, one in Scranton, one down in, like, he wants to start branching out, so, and kind of showcasing different things around the area, which I think is a great idea. And I also love that he gave me so much notice, so I can build up my stock and supplies, refine a few things, and it kind of lighting a bit of a candle under my ass, which is great, because at a certain point I need that. What else? Yeah, what I was doing right before I got on here. So, there is one last big thing that's going on right now, and we're moving. To be honest, we're like 60% moved. All that's left is food, some plates, essentials, and some furniture. I already started moving some of the furniture over. The big credenza in the living room's gone, the small credenza with the shelves is gone. I'm probably gonna take out most of the food and most of the appliances and stuff this week. And my goal is either by next week or the week after, this live stream is going to be happening in that whole new space. Yeah, so this may be the last live stream from Peckville here, which is kind of awesome when you think about it. I'm almost sentimental. Like, yeah, this place has been my, been our home. This is where we had little man here, and over the last 2 years, I built up a lot of memories around this place. But it's too small. Clearly, my office and studio is in my son's room, so doing the whole work from home dad thing is pretty difficult right now. There's just no space, no separation, so just completely on top of each other all the time, and that's a great way to step on each other's toes. But this new place, it's 4 bedrooms, so one for me and Mick, one for little man here, a spare bedroom, and I get an office, which will fit my desk perfectly, and then I can have tables and stuff and storage, product storage in there where little fingers aren't going to get on things. I can have projects laid out. I'll be able to close it off when I'm working and stuff, and since it's a lockable room, I should be able to take that off of taxes once I get Knightsmith incorporated. So big moves are happening. However, this is going to be the last time I move. I'm not doing this bull again. To be quite honest, I just don't have the energy to work and play with him and take care of him and keep up with the house and have my engineering job and then you know, have Knightsmith and move on top of all of that. It's just too much. Is that apple sour? You were making some sour faces there, kiddo. So yeah, this is the last time I'm moving. So when we eventually build that house out in the woods, I'm just gonna end up hiring a bunch of like 19 and 20-year-olds to move it. You know, I'm gonna put away the sensitive stuff and then the breakable stuff, and let them schlep the boxes and furniture and stuff. I just don't have it in me anymore. Yeah. I never ever want to do this again. Plain and simple. Yeah, you know, that's where we go. So I'm happy to be done with that. You know, I never shared this stream around, so only my guys on what you call it got it. So let me copy that link. Let me actually post this to Facebook and a Knightsmith group. I might get a little bit more involvement because everyone is just kind of quiet this morning. I don't know why. Groups. Knightsmith. I am remiss this morning, guys, and I apologize. So if anyone jumps in late, give me a shout, and you know, I'll oh, thank you. I'll run over a quick synopsis. You're not getting my phone. Connor, you're not getting my phone, buddy. It's just one of those things that's just not going to happen. So, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of stuff happening. He wanted the popsicle stick. So there's just a lot of stuff happening right now, guys, and it is super exciting. Really, it's super exciting stuff. And I am just, to be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed. There's just so many moving pieces, so many moving parts. Gold Scar. Either way, congrats. Thanks, dude. No, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff there, Joey. But yeah, just a lot of big moves and big stuff going on. So I am. Good burp. You want to say excuse me? It's just a lot of overwhelming stuff, a lot of work. So just. God bless you. That was the fakest sneeze ever. God bless you. So just a lot of big moves, a lot of moving and shaking. Unfortunately, at the new apartment, there are, I already found one massive problem. Is the staircases. However they were done or however they were built, they are starting to fail. So I need to go and fix those, or have the charge the landlord, or landlord can get a contractor in there. But I mean, why would you when I can just do it? I'm right there. I have the skills. You know, just charge right then there, boom, boom, boom. You know, do it a couple steps at a time. Probably only take me like 2 hours a step. So what happened is, and I think I might even make a video on this. Interesting noises he's making. They used all the right lumber and stuff, but when they put the treads onto the stair stringers, the treads are the things you step on, and stringers are what supports that. They didn't pre-drill anything, so things got really, you know, a lot of things split, and they used the wrong hardware. So nothing they use is galvanized or anything. So in a lot of places, the treads are super loose, and some of them don't have any support underneath the front board on the tread. So they're all starting to, you know, collapse and cave in, and some of them are just completely breaking loose. And the way to fix that's actually pretty easy. You have to take the tread off. He's singing the NFL theme. Maybe. I don't know where he'd see that, because we don't watch football, but he might be. Maybe, you know, a commercial or something. But you take the tread off. You have to remove the old hardware. So that will involve either getting, you know, a pair of locking pliers and just, you know, twisting the screws out, because most of the screw heads have popped off, or taking a cutting tool, probably my angle grinder, and cutting it flush with the existing part where the you know, where the stringer is, where the tread goes. Then taking some blocking, you know, probably 2x6, you know, cut off to whatever length is appropriate, putting that down there and screwing it, you know, into the tread, or into the stringer, so you have a new shelf. Then putting new wood on there, drilling it, and using the appropriate weather rated hardware to resecure everything. And I figure if I use like 4 screws per stringer without blocking, that should be way more than enough torque resistance, and maybe even a dab of glue. I know it's old wood, and it probably won't do much, but, you know, a little insurance can't hurt. It's a little extra insurance, you know. But get all that in there, you know, clamp things down, give a quick pre-drill. It doesn't need to even be anything, you know, massive. You know, an 1/8" drill bit will be more than sufficient to clear out enough material, so that the screws won't, you know, blow through or crack anything. There's a shoe over there. Well, when we're done with the live stream, buddy, you can go play with the shoes or whatever else. So yeah, it's just small, you know, it's an accumulation of small things that happened with these stairs. And right now there's only 3 that are critical. So I can really just, you know, if I just get those 3 replaced right now, I can just fall back, you know, maybe once a week or whatever, and do, you know, 1 or 2 more stairs, you know, and, you know, by the end of a month or 2 months, you know, the stairs will all be finished, all nice again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video on that, a whole video on that thing, just to show you what the problems are, how to remediate it, and a couple little inside tips, in case you ever have to replace any stairs or whatever, or any steps. I'm not going to show you how to rebuild stairs from scratch or build stairs from scratch, but I think that would be a really good video, just because even just as someone who, you know, a typical homeowner, you buy an older place and, you know, most of everything's fine, but you have one step that's kind of wonky or kind of messed up. You know, you could, you know, with a drill and a hammer and a pair of pliers, you could save yourself thousands of dollars. You know, instead of calling someone like me in and rebuilding the whole staircase, you know, you could do it yourself for like $40. Because all you'd have to do is, you know, cut a board to size, you know, cut a board to length. That's the right width and thickness. Remove the old guy, and if the stringers are still good, you can just pop that in there, get it down. You have to remove all the old hardware if it's nails or screws or whatever, and bing bang boom, and you're good. Good for another 20 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's small things like that really add up too. Like, blacksmithing saved me a lot of money in boots, and that doesn't sound like a congruous thing, but knowing how to rivet, I was able to take boots that should be replaced every year because parts fail. I was able to take those parts, rivet them back on, rivet them back together, and I took a $100 pair of boots that would have been bad by the end of that year, and I was able to give them a 6-year lifespan. So I saved myself $500 in boots just by knowing how to rivet. Being able to replace stair treads yourself, you can save yourself, you know, $1,000 instead of someone coming in and redoing the stairs. And if there's no endemic problem, you know, why wouldn't you save yourself that money? Eileen, good morning. Good morning, Eileen. How are we doing today? And how was the barbecue last night? I saw a bunch of posts, but I didn't look at them. I was either too busy, and by the time I wasn't busy, I was exhausted. But it's small things like that, guys, that I think I should show you. I'm not sure if, I mean, some things are going to be in projects. Some things are going to be in Manliness Mondays, like sewing buttons onto shirts. I think that's a Manliness Monday type thing. You should be able to do certain, I think men should be able to, all men should have certain basic skills. You should be able to cook 2 or 3 nice meals off the top of your head. You know, maybe 2 dinners and 1 breakfast, or 2 breakfasts and one dinner. You should be able to do basic repairs to your shirts. Basic repairs to your shirts. How do you fix the collar? There's little collar keepers. How to repair buttons, and so on and so forth. Eileen, hung over. Dangerous monsters and lemon vodka. Did you get that hard Eddie? It's good stuff, isn't it? All right, guys. Hard Eddie. Taya introduced me to this. It is lemonade vodka, but this is the first lemonade vodka where I think they got it right. Mike's hard lemonade is good, but that's not lemonade vodka, and that stuff gives you really bad heartburn. And other, so of all the lemonade vodkas I've had, they've all tasted like pledge smells. But this stuff, Hard Eddie, they pretty much nailed it, you know. So I forget who the makers are, but Slanja. So yeah, that is some yummy stuff. But yeah, so I think there are some certain basic things that all guys should be able to do, all men should be able to do. Cook, clean, set up a workout regimen, set up a cleaning routine, how to do your laundry, how to iron, change a tire, change your brakes, change your oil. Just certain basic things that if you keep up with them, you can save a ton of money. Like riveting, like I told you with the boots, saved me $500 just by knowing how to rivet. and not the squeeze pop rivets, but I mean, take a nail or a copper rivet, cut it to length, fit it through the leather, get a washer and put it on there, and bang it down over an anvil. And most guys don't have an anvil. That's fine. Most guys have a vise, or maybe you should get an anvil. They're like $50 down at Harbor Freight, and just for quick manipulations of things, it's worth the $50. Now it's not a true anvil, but unless you're really working, it's more than good enough to get the job done. Fixing stairs, how to fix a door real quick is another one. Just small basic things that will save you tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your life. And most of them only take like an hour. Like replacing the stair, an hour. Fixing a button, 5 minutes. The hardest part about that is threading the string through the needle eye, and then tying it off at the end. It's not a hard task. Cooking's easy. I mean, it's more complicated than sewing on a button, but it's pretty easy. And personally, I think there's no excuse, because there's every recipe you can imagine. There's at least 5 YouTube videos for it. So you don't even have to know how to cook. You just have to know how to follow, search and then follow directions. Which I think that's the biggest skill anyone can have at this point in time, is the ability to oh, thank you for that destroyed blueberry. Is being able to search for something, and thank you. I guess you really want me to have it. Now I'll put it over here for safekeeping. Is being able to search for something and wade through the bullshit and get a good answer. Apple. That is an apple. Bunch away. So yeah, it's just a very, very basic things, and I think also every guy should know how to do a good mixed drink. You should have 2 or 3 mixed drinks that are good, semi-complicated, not crazy, that you can just boom. You go to a party, ta-da! Provided they have all the ingredients at the party, but then you look like this awesome dude. And really, it's just a lot of simple stuff. I kind of went off on a tangent there, didn't I? From fixing the stairs at the apartment to a whole... Anyways. It's 9:44. So I'm actually going to be going to the new apartment before I deliver the bed. And, I have to go up and down those stairs again. I need to call the landlord before I make my delivery. That would involve me. What would involve me? Going to parties, though. Well, even if you have someone coming over, 2 or 3 friends, and you would have a signature drink that you could, fall back on. And even if you don't drink yourself, it's not necessarily impressing someone you're making for yourself. It's not for you. It's to make for somebody else. Like the dinner. If you have a lady friend coming over, or a guy friend, or someone you want to sleep with or whatever, and you want it to be more than just a one-night stand, you need to, kind of throw a little something out there that's more than just physical or purely mental. And the ability to cook for them always impresses somebody. Always. My signature drink is this bottle of Seagram's. Take it or leave it. Hey, you know, Seagram's actually does make a few nice drinks. Yeah, just to have some sort of just a 3-ingredient thing that you shake up and pour out. Whiskey sour is a very good one. Mojito, Moscow Mule, Jamaican Mule, or you can get the Barbados Black Rum and make into a Black and Stormy. Just simple things. Like, none of those are complicated drinks. There are 3 or 4 ingredients. I mean, for the mules, you don't even have to have a shaker. You just pour it into the cup, all the ingredients into the cup and stir it. Boom, there. It's delicious. So, it's just a couple simple things that really impress people because not a lot of people know how to do them. And I mean, I'm not a bar channel. If you want a real nice bar channel, go over to How to Drink. And there's another one, but I can't remember the name of him now. He rarely shows his face, and he's kind of black apron, skinny guy, very soothing voice. And then there's How to Drink, where he has none of those. He is the exact opposite of all that. But he's fun. They're both really good channels. I'm just poking fun. But he's a lot of fun, and he shows you 15 different things on how to do everything. 15 different ways on how to do everything, which is great. It's good information to have. Even just as a trivia knowledge. Okay. Can you vocalize that a little bit better? All right. So I'm winding up on my time here. And like I said, I have to go over to the apartment, and I'm moving a bunch of boxes again this morning before installing a king-size bed. So I'm gonna get going here in a minute. But I would love to thank my Patreons over at patreon.com/Knightsmith. It's my patrons really help me stay afloat. They give some normalcy to Knightsmith, and they give me a slight income, which helps me take care of this guy and helps me develop new projects and new videos and stuff. And I have such a backlog right now that I have to work through, that once I get my own independent office, I can spend 2 or 3 hours a night getting all that, and then everything's back up and running again, which is fantastic. But it's really thanks to my Patreons. So if you guys like what I do, if you like how I talk, if you like seeing this little munchkin here, go over to patreon.com/Knightsmith. Even $1 a month helps. And if you can't, that's fine. I mean, there's no pressure, but it really does help. And you guys, thank you. I know I don't say that often enough, and they don't get enough credit. But my patrons are really awesome people. I know a few of them personally, and they really are just cool people. So yeah, even $1 a month is greatly appreciated. But I'm also not going to discourage you from donating $100 a month. So just saying, if you win the lottery and just want to throw it around at a bunch of different creators, and throw some my way. No, but liking, commenting, subscribing, tuning in, to the live streams, all of it helps tremendously. It helps more than you realize, and I appreciate it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to me blather on, and deal with little man here getting a little bit more animated than usual. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time. And hopefully I'll be seeing you next week in a different room.